No, no, yeah, no, no, no.
Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to answer a question that was asked to me a long time ago, and I had to think about how I was going to answer this question because it's kind of a tough question to answer. And the question was, can you work from home when you have children who are not of school age? Is it really possible? And my first initial thought was, well, yeah, it is possible. And that's all I was thinking. But then as I got to thinking about it a little bit more, I realized, well, the reality is that it's doable, but for some households it can be a little bit more challenging. It depends on how your household is set up. For me, I have a spouse who works during the day, and if I wanted to work at night, Olivia will be fine. He can do what he needs to do for her, fix her something to eat and all that other kind of stuff. And then I have my mom, if she's here, then same thing. Because everyone understands the whole idea of me working from home. It has to be quiet, that type of stuff. Now, if you're not in a position where you have someone who's living in your house with you and can help you with those things, because at the end of the day, being a mom doesn't stop, okay? It never ends. It's a 24-hour process. You still have to make sure that the kids are well taken care of, that they're fed, clothed, bathed, entertained, all of that stuff. That never goes away. So how do you work from home and do that too? That's a challenge. It's a challenge that a lot of people, believe it or not, anyone who I'm sure can agree with me works from home find themselves going through all the time, because you want to make an income, but you also want to take care of your family and be there for your family. And the two can sometimes collide with each other. Sometimes you can get into a situation where they kind of bump heads, and you have to figure out what you're going to do when that happens. When you have children that are not of school age, it can be a little bit more challenging, especially if you don't have anybody living with you. Let's say if you're like a single parent, it can definitely be challenging. Now, can it be done? It can be done. Working from home can be done when you have younger children. I'm not going to say it'll be the easiest thing to do in the world, nor am I going to say you'll never get frustrated, because you will find your times getting frustrated. Hell, I have one child of my own who is in school, and even still, I do find that every now and then that I run into a situation that causes it to be challenging for me to work from home. But I still push through it. I still persevere through the situation, whatever that situation is at the time. And I do get a little frustrated from time to time, depending on what's happening. But I keep it moving, because I know at the end of the day, bills got to be paid. And especially if a rise is your only source of income, you got to do what you got to do. Now, side note, I do want to say I encourage all of you for 2018 to create multiple streams of income, because you don't want to put all of your eggs into one basket just in case something does happen and then you have to start over from square one. So that's what I was doing during the year of 2017, making sure I had some sort of income or money coming from different areas, so that just in case, because you never know. But back to the question at hand. I had to really give it some thought, because I can see how, if you're a single parent, or even if you're not a single parent, how if you have multiple children who are not of school age, how that can be challenging. How it can frustrate you when you're trying to, put some time in to make that coin. I can see how that can be frustrating. So the only thing that I can really suggest is to try to create a schedule for the kids. That way you can better create a schedule for yourself. Like, for example, so if you know that your kids go to sleep at a certain time every night, and you know that there's hours available at night, then if it were me, I would just work at night during those hours. Or you can also switch it around. So like in the morning, if you know that they wake up kind of late, then you can schedule yourself for a couple of hours early that morning before they wake up. and then, you know, spend some time with them, do what you got to do throughout the daytime until they take their nap. And then you can, you know, schedule yourself to work a couple of hours while they're napping. And the same thing with going to bed at night. You can do it like that. As long as you meet your minimum required hours and there's hours available throughout the day, then you can kind of juggle it a little bit better based on your child's schedule. If you know that they eat at a certain time while they're eating, get in like a 30-minute interval or something like that, because that's how we choose when we choose our schedules. And I know that I probably confused some of you guys when I said, you know, you can work hourly and things like that. You can. However, when you're choosing your schedule, the little boxes are 30-minute intervals. So you can choose as many 30-minute intervals as it'll allow you to when you're scheduling. And so if you need to do a 30-minute interval here and then take 2-hour break and then do another 30-minute interval, you know, and then take another 2-hour break so that you can do what you got to do with the kids and then do another 30-minute interval, by all means, do what you got to do as long as you're meeting your commitment adherence. And as long as the hours are available until you get the hang of it, because it's going to take creating a routine. You know, when you're in a situation like that, it's going to take creating a routine. When I first started doing Arise, I wasn't sure how I was going to pull it off, because I was thinking that way too. I was kind of holding myself back thinking, well, how am I going to pull this off and I have a child? You know, because I know how Olivia is. I know that she likes to be around me. I know that she likes to have conversations with me all the time throughout the day when she is here. And I know that, you know, she needs to eat and all of that type of stuff. So I used to think to myself, well, during the summertime, what am I going to do? Because she's going to be home all day. But I had to create a routine for her. You know, I had to get her used to me working from home so that she knows that when she see mommy in her headset, that, hey, if you're going to come around me and say something to me, don't say it out loud. Just, you know, if your child can write it on paper, something like that. I know that sounds crazy, but it works. Because at first she wasn't used to it, and she would just bust in the room and just start talking, and I'd have to hurry up and hit mute or whatever and let her know, hey, I can't talk right now. And she used to think that I was blowing her off. But over time, as she's seen me continue to work my schedule, and I had to keep reminding her, well, hey, mommy can't have background noise, you know, things like that. Then she kind of caught on. You know what I'm saying? It may be a little bit harder to do that with younger kids, but it's a strategic thing. It's, you know, you have to think of a strategy to get it done. Okay? And like I said, it's not going to be the simplest thing to do, because motherhood is never just that simple. Okay? Whoever says it is just full of shit. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's never that simple being a mom. And a lot of things that we do take a lot of strategy and thinking and planning out and, you know, going through the motions, even when it's something that we wasn't prepared for. You know, it's up to us to make it happen, right? So with this situation with working from home, that's one of those scenarios. Sometimes you have to just do what you have to do. As complicated as it may seem going in head on, as time go on, you'll kind of figure out how to work your hours, how to, you know, the flow of your day is going to go and things like that. And then you'll have to redo all of that once your kids are in school, because with me, I can only work up to a certain time of the day so that I'm able to get her off of the bus. And then if I wanted to work later on, I can do that. But at the same time, I still have to balance out, you know, motherhood, family, and work. So, I mean, it'd be cool if I could work straight 12 hours all day, but that's just not my reality. And like I said, every household is going to be different. I do not suggest putting your kids in childcare, because that's just an additional expense that, you know, it's almost like you'll be working to pay for childcare. Believe me, I've been there, done that. And I'm so glad that Olivia is able to go to school because it's expensive. But to the parent or to the mom who is concerned about that, and to other moms who are concerned about working from home and wondering if they're going to be able to pull it off, whether you have smaller children who are not of school age or children who are of school age, it is definitely doable. You just have to kind of plan along the way so that you can get your routine in place. And then just pretty much push through it. You know, when there's a will, there's a way. And, you know, things will work itself out. Things will start to get better. It'll seem challenging, but I promise you things will start to get better as you continue in the process. As long as you keep your faith and stay positive about it and try not to get as frustrated, even though that's going to be hard to do because, you know, that's how life is. So hopefully I answered the question. I try to answer this question as best as I can under the circumstances, because there's really no right answer to that question other than to say that it is doable. It will be challenging and you just have to push through it. How to go about doing it, honestly, I really cannot answer that because I don't know how your household is set up. I don't know if you have somebody living with you. I don't know, you know, if they work. I don't know if you trust other people with your children. I don't know any of that. So that's just pretty much a basic answer that I can give to everyone. This is what I'm eating for lunch today. This is chicken quesadillas. They are so good and very, very easy to make. You just take some chicken breast, and what I do is I boil the chicken breast with some complete seasoning, which I think you guys have seen me use this before. It was in like a bigger packaging, but this is what it's called. I take this, and you can either use chicken broth or water, and you boil the chicken breast. I use boneless chicken breast, and then I shred. Once it finished boiling, I shred the meat up, and then I put some taco seasoning in it, and then I let it simmer for a little while in the taco seasoning. And after I do that, I take some soft tortillas. And some cheese. So I used, on this particular batch, I used Fiesta blend cheese and then some mild cheddar cheese. So in your frying pan, it's better to use a non-stick pan. So in your frying pan, you just put some butter in it, put your tortilla in it, let it cook for a couple seconds, then flip it over, and then spread your shredded cheese on top of it, and then scoop some of the chicken into it. Then you flip one side over, let it cook on that side a little bit until it gets like a little brown, and then you flip it over, and then you're done. You just put it to the side. And then you keep repeating that process depending on how many tortillas or how many quesadillas you want to make. But it's very simple, very budget friendly. We eat it all the time, and I normally just top mine with extra cheese because I love cheese, and with salsa and sour cream, and I eat it like that. Hey y'all, so it is later in the day, and I am looking at, I finished organizing the garage as much as I can get done before the year ended. That was something that I had started on a while back, and it had gotten so cold. But I said, okay, before the new year come in, I have to get this garage organized. So in the process of doing that, it made me realize what we needed, because things were just kind of like scattered everywhere. And so I'm looking at, now I know you guys can't really see me that good right now, but I'm looking at the shelf that we keep all of our items on, like when I go couponing or when I go to the Dollar Tree and stuff like that, because I do get household products from the Dollar Tree when I don't have any coupons. And I am realizing that we are out of toilet paper. We've got like 2 rolls. There's a roll in the bathroom in the hallway, and then my mom has 2 rolls in her room. And that's it, y'all. So I need to get back on it. Let me show you guys what it looks like. So this is the shelf, right? And we're down to 3 rows of paper cups, which we're not going to be repurchasing paper cups. It just creates too much trash for us, like paper plates and paper cups and stuff. So we are not restocking up on paper cups and paper plates. We're just going to use regular plates and cups. And that shelf at the top right there, you guys all saw that I had toilet paper and paper towels up there. As you can see, it is completely gone. Those are the teddy bears that my mom had up for Christmas. I wish I could have redid that video. I did have a video with our Christmas decorations, but somehow it got deleted, whatever. And I just didn't feel like redoing it because I wasn't feeling good. But so I just threw half of the bears up there. And then I threw the rest of them over there in the corner. So this side is looking a little bit better. Not a whole lot better, but we do plan on getting some more of these type of shelving to put a lot of that stuff on just over time. But I just had to get it organized. So on this shelf right here is our laundry detergent, which you guys already saw all of this stuff. But as you can see, everything is dwindling down. I have not couponed the whole month of December, to be honest with you. The only thing I've been focusing on in December is like Christmas gifts and stuff like that. So we didn't coupon for anything, and I need to get back on it because we're low on toilet paper, but we typically get that from Sam's. And we typically get our paper towels from Sam's because it's just a better deal and it lasts a little bit longer rather than trying to hunt down good couponing deals for toilet paper and paper towels. It's just easier that way to just go to Sam's to get it. So I'm just waiting on her to get home so that we can make our trip to Sam's. I've already threw dinner in the oven. We're having baked chicken, and I don't really know what I'm gonna put with it just yet, but I'll figure that out closer to the time where the chicken is done because it's gonna be a long while. And that's it. Oh, let me show you guys this. So we went to Walmart yesterday to get the stuff to make the chicken quesadillas. And y'all, I found 2 things on clearance. Walmart, you know, they're trying to move all of their like last season stuff out, Christmas and all that. And then they have like the back to school stuff way back when that they're trying to get rid of. So let me show y'all what I picked up yesterday for the Lolo. So look, they had book bags that they were trying to get rid of. Y'all remember, this is the exact same book bag, just a different design, but the same setup that I got Olivia for this school year with the 5-piece set. So it's got like the tote bag, the lunch bag, a little zipper pouch, which is this, and then a water bottle was a 5-piece set. So it was originally $10. This thing was on clearance for $2, and it was the last one. The last girls 5-piece set. They had like a camouflage one for boys, and there was only like 2 of those left. And then they had this, which is so cute. It reminds me kind of like of the Anne Frank type of stuff, coloring books and all that crap. So anyways, this is what, MJO Life, or I don't know what that's supposed to be, but whatever. And this was on clearance for $3. It was originally $14.88. So yeah, you guys go check out Walmart to see the stuff that they're trying to clear out because they're in the process of transitioning over to like Valentine stuff and summer stuff and all of that. So go check them out and see what they got on clearance.